Bree and Remi are over, officially. Irene sells her house to the unsuspecting Langham family. Dana and Sonny love each other, and Cohen's opinion of his father changes.
Hold me in your arms, don't let me go. I want to stay forever, closer each day, home and away.
So you told Cohen I'm his dad?
Yeah, I did.
How did he take it?
Well, there was a lot to take in. But, I mean, he wants to see you.
Great. Let's go.
Yeah, so not so fast. You see, there are some things you should know about him if you want to have a good relationship with him.
All right.
I mean, he will seem reserved at first, but he will open up to you once he starts to trust you. He loves reading. He'll chew your ear off about his favourite fantasy novel. And he loves touch footy. He loves fishing. He does that with my dad. But everything he catches, he throws back because he doesn't want to take a fish away from his family. He's just so clever. He's curious. He has a great sense of responsibility. I mean, my dad even lets him use the barbecue, and he's very territorial about that. But the most important thing, he loves his mum. You know, even though she doesn't want him. He loves her more than anything in the world. And just one more thing. If you ever hurt him, you'll have me to answer to.
Noted.
We are Si and Sophie. This is Coastal News, a home and away podcast. Your weekly episode companion podcast for your favourite Aussie soap.
Right, just like the full opening titles, she's back.
Oh wow, I take that as a compliment.
Daily.
to be compared to the opening titles, that's quite a compliment. That wow.
Listen, there's been a lot of concern
Oh.
for you this last week because we did say you'd gone to the tip,
Yes.
never seen again. What happened? Like, are you okay?
I'm
Like,
good. I'm good. I just had to.
will you
had to
walk
have a-
again?
Yeah. Just about, doll. Yeah. I just went for a little swim in the sea, and I seem to be all fixed now. So you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, magic water and all that.
It's just we're so lucky we live in these parts.
I know.
You know.
I know, right? It's all
So
good.
welcome back. Did you get
Thank
all your
you.
stuff? I mean,
What the tip?
you've had your clear out. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all at the tip. You've done your recycling.
Doing my recycling. Got told off for throwing it in the wrong bins and all that shit. Yeah.
Had to answer 5 questions on your way in. Yeah, you're there covered in blood. You've just been through an explosion.
Yeah, it was very much like that. Yeah.
What have you got in the bat, love? Well, how long have you got?
Any asbestos? Anything flammable? No, not at all.
Oh,
Just this bomb from Study Organics.
bit of shrapnel.
Oh,
So
dear.
that'll need to go in the brown, number 3. Thank you.
Oh, dear.
How was home? We've been sharing a bit off just before we got cracking. Home is this week, so how's it been overall? Share with us what's happening.
I don't want to be too neggy to start the pod off with, but it was a week where I really, really, really needed a distraction. I really needed something to take my mind off life. And it didn't really deliver that for me for this week. And I did find myself getting a bit kind of, this again, and this conversation again, and we're going around the houses with this again. I needed a bit more drama. I needed some action. I needed something a bit more exciting. I think there was some really good stuff this week, but there was too much of the family chatty stuff, the character development stuff, the kind of the kind of family drama stuff, which is part and parcel for a soap, but there was so much of it this week that there wasn't anything else, and I needed something to get my teeth into, and I didn't feel like there was anything like that this week.
Yeah, you wanted escapism this week, didn't you?
Yeah.
And instead, you were stuck in family dramas. I get it.
And it wasn't
get
even
it.
funny. Like, there wasn't anything particularly. I didn't really laugh that much at any of the scenes, and I needed something funny or something shocking, and there wasn't anything really.
It's interesting you mentioned that because there is a notable sort of lack of some of those characters that gives that to you. Cash didn't really do a lot this week. John was barely seen. So some of those characters that would have probably given you that weren't on screen this week. Never mind, there's always next, isn't there?
Yes.
There's always next.
What
And
did you think? What was your overall kind of
so
opinion?
I'm not quite at your level. Because I'm quite enjoying the character. Look, I just think I'm not, this isn't like directed at you, but just the royal us, the audience. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know, every time it's guns and violence, everyone wants flowery, fluffy home and away. They give us fluffy home and away, and everyone wants guns and violence again. It's always two extremes, isn't it, with this show, and that's why we love it. So, I'm enjoying the Cohen stuff still. I'll come on to it later because I have done things a bit differently had I been in charge. I mean, if I was in charge, woe betide anyone. But I'm liking that. The Langhams is a struggle for me. That's probably it, and the Bree and Remi stuff. So that sort of dragged it down a bit. But the Cohen stuff really. I'm actually quite enjoying Adrian. I'm watching him stumble through this scenario. So yeah, even the Mac and Levi stuff wasn't mad, although I don't understand any of it. So yeah, it's a bit. But I think you said the other week nothing's going anywhere. It's just going round and round, and it felt a bit like that this week. Cohen rejected his dad, but it didn't feel like a big sea change, a big shift in his story.
No.
It just didn't feel like anything went anywhere. You know.
No.
I think we're just bobbing around for Irene's exit, aren't we?
Yeah, it just feels like we're a bit sort of treading water at the moment until that storyline's over, I guess.
I mean, and Irene sold a house. This is huge news. Why don't we feel like it's huge news? And the only thing I can put it down to is it's been such a drawn out exit that like we're just like, right, come on, maybe, I don't know. But there's lots of character. It's very character heavy, as you say, and if you like that, you're going to be well into this, and I do enjoy that side. But it was sort of tipped. It was very in favour, wasn't it? It wasn't very balanced.
There was bits that were good. I always enjoy Mr. Stewart. Mr. Stewart's been heavily involved in the Cohen storyline, so that's been a really good thing for me. I think it's just been too Rue heavy, and I'm not a big fan of her. Still not. So that was a bit too much for me. And the Irene stuff, I mean, I've got thoughts on that, which I'll get onto later. But
hold them. Yes. Thank you for sharing. But we need this in a soap because it makes us invest in the characters. But the characters that need this work, I'm looking at you, Lacey, Joe, Sarge. They're not getting it.
No.
We're just, and it's them really that we want to see, and we want to find out about them and Mum and all the rest of it. So it's coming. It's coming. It's a soap. You've got to stick with these eps when this happens. And it's coming, isn't it?
So
hopefully. Before we get on to it, as always, I'll remind our listeners that we have a sister podcast. And it's called Coastal News Investigates. The link is in this and every episode show notes. So go through and click that. It's our interview podcast where we interview cast, crew, and more. Go check it out. Let us know what you think. Right, should we talk about this week's Home and Away?
Go on then.
Bree's telling Remi it's over at the start of the week, and we're all rejoicing. And she was telling him quite publicly, actually, out on the beach, screaming, "It's over!" And I was thinking, all right. Dana does a great job, a great friend job, doesn't she? When she's sort of her and Sonny take one each. And she
Mm.
takes her home and she does hot chocolates and a slots documentary. What the heck is a slots documentary?
Sloth.
Oh, I thought you said slots.
She said sloth. As in those really like lethargic creatures that just live in a tree
works
all
at the
day.
bank. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I thought she said slots. I'm thinking like Vegas.
Oh
Like,
no, it was sloths. Yes.
Oh, thank you. You see, thank God you're back. I've literally sat here for 5 days thinking slots documentary.
I love that. I love that. I wish I hadn't corrected you actually, because that's funnier.
Thinking that'll get you over a breakup.
Oh, that's genius. I should have let you keep thinking it. I should have let you.
I know.
Just
Maybe
roll.
look at it. Yeah.
The One-Armed Bandit documentary. I love it. Oh,
Red
oh.
or black.
I love it. Oh, that's tickled me. Oh dear. See, that was the laugh I needed this week. Sorry.
There you go. Well, but you're welcome. You're welcome. I've actually got him a no serious note here saying, "Ask Sophie what a slot documentary is."
I'm crying. That's so funny.
Open brackets. Will she know? Close bracket.
Oh dear. I'm going to make it my mission to find you a slot documentary, though.
Thank you. Thank you.
There must be one
And
out there. There must
I
be.
will watch it. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I'll be watching the sloths, though. You watch the slots. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. I'll report back. I'm going to try and move this on now.
That's killed me. Oh dear.
Eden comes over with all her intenseness, and see, my whole notes here are ruined now because my notes are like Eden's being very intense, and all I want to do is watch slots. Because I'm.
This is too funny. I love it. I love that you've been thinking this all week.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was thinking maybe it's a tipping point situation.
I can't breathe. Oh dear. Scandal on the quiz show. Maybe it was that. Oh, dear. Let's rewrite it. Let's say it was a slots documentary, because I think I prefer that now. I've been talked down.
I've had a lovely day, Ben.
I've had a lovely day. I've not won anything. Oh dear. A trip up the London Eye for 2. I love it when they give away a trip up the Shard. Oh, literally makes me laugh. Going up the Shard.
You've won a weekend at a driving range, and she's like, "Oh, thanks."
I love the prizes on that show. It's hilarious. Oh dear. A trip for 2 up the Shard. I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, Ben, get me hot and bothered. Oh dear.
I'm gonna say, "Do you want to come?"
Oh, me and Ben Shepherd up the Shard. Oh, just imagine it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably all you can do. Sorry. Where are we at? So then Bree asks for a door key back.
Oh yes.
This sends Remi west. He's pissed as a fart, trying to get on his bike. Is he going to go off the rails now? Is she going to be quite? She seems to have taken this quite strongly. We've not seen them since. Thoughts on the Remi split?
First of all, I'm not sad. Let's get that out of the way. I'm not I'm not sad. I'm not kind of thinking, oh, I hope they get back together. I hope they reconcile. I think this is the right way to go. I think these two have been dead in the water for a long time. I think this could open her up for new opportunities. I think it could open him up for new opportunities. I mean, there's so many things that they've painted into this story between them that I feel like I don't know where we're going. You know, the fact that he's
Yeah.
a millionaire, and he's still renting this house, and he's got no direction in life, and he just does a gig in Salt every now and again. It's all a bit weird. Like, he needs to focus on what he's doing with his bloody life, and maybe
Yeah.
this is the kick up the arse that he needs
Mhm.
to start that sort of next chapter. And I think she's also been just the girlfriend for too long.
Yeah.
So yeah, she needs something
Yeah.
else to do as well. So I think this is a good thing. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? You can't say, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, you can't say she didn't try.
No.
You know, because I actually was a bit cross with her for just sort of, because there was a point, wasn't there, where it was like, he was in the wrong, and she was sort of she was the one doing all the work, and I was thinking,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
But she gave it a good hot go, and actually it was that nitty gritty, rumpy bumpy, wasn't it, that made her decide. So she gave it a crack. Look, she's not really. She ran out on him and screamed at him, "It's over," and that's left him a bit, messed up, isn't it? But like at the end of the day, does she deserve? Does she owe him anything? I don't think she does.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't think so.
I
tell you what I did like about this is I like the fact that people were concerned about what happened between them. You know, Cash knew he had that conversation with Bree earlier in the bar, didn't he? When he realized how big a deal this gig was, because she was like, "This is the make or break. I either see the man I fell in love with, or it's over." Like, and he was like, "Whoa, there's loads resting on this gig. I hope it goes the way that you want it to." So he had that conversation, and then there was the whole, "Oh, they've gone home together. They must be okay." That means they've gone home to have sex, basically. So they must be okay. It must have worked. And then the next thing Cash sees is a crying Bree coming out of the bedroom, and Remi's like half naked following her. And it didn't look good. Let's be honest,
no.
it didn't look
Yeah.
good. And
Yeah.
obviously Cash is a copper, and his instincts kicked in, and possibly people would say he was overreacting, but I think that was a really good thing to make sure that, check in on her and just go, was this all consensual? Did he do anything to upset you?
But also it's going to remind him of his felicity, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It was harping back to that. I think that was a really good thing.
No, you're right.
To
You're
include.
right. You're right to call that out because of all the slot drama. I've skipped that in my notes. You're right. You're right to call that because it's so important that is something that we talk about.
Yeah.
Like we're checking in about, and like you say, that concern about what happened isn't something that is silenced.
Yes.
Actually, just checking you're okay. Yeah, it was beautifully done actually, and I actually, you mentioned I didn't even think about his police angle. I was thinking about his sister. I thought, oh God.
Well, it's both, isn't it? Yeah, it's got that personal experience of it, but also he's in training mode, isn't he? He's kicked in. He's gone, oh, there's a woman crying here. I know they've just had sex. Like, I know she had a bit of trepidation about the relationship. Was this consensual?
Yeah.
They've been drinking. I think
equally as important, she was quite clear as well, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She,
yes.
and I think that was an important thing as well.
Yeah.
She didn't leave any interpretation there, did she?
No. I mean, she said it was me. I initiated it. He kept asking me, kept checking in with me, and I think that's really important. That to explain what a healthy relationship and what that kind of looks like to the audience.
I agree. Yeah, very well put. I agree. So we don't care. So they're off. They're done.
Yeah,
and they're even split up on the titles.
They're
no longer sitting happily laughing, pointing at the sea on the title sequence.
No.
They're on their own. So yeah. Right, Irene, also on her own. As she's leaving town, you remember, she's getting the estate agents round, taking pictures. They mustn't have been very good. Did you see the way he was pointing and snapping that camera?
I did, but I did low-key love him. What was his name again?
Jason, was it?
Was it Jason? I can't remember. I thought it began with a K. Oh, I've lost the plot. I can't
Casey?
remember. Maybe it was. I think it was Jason. Yeah, that
Mm.
sounds right. I can't remember, but I thought he was pretty funny. I liked him.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and he was obviously. I mean, you must get yourselves into the middle of all sorts of things, doing that kind of job.
Oh yeah.
Now she's still flashbacking, isn't she? Remembering times when the house was full, and
Mm,
John comes over at this time, and I didn't realise I'd forgotten that I should not even told him about this plan
mm,
at this point. So she's having to let him in on the whole she's selling up thing at this point. Um, no point in the house sitting here gathering dust, Al. And I'm thinking, well, why don't you rent it out to your two people? Your two, rather than make the sisters homeless, Harper and Dana. Why don't you rent it to them? It's not going to be gathering dust, is it? But never mind. She's
mm.
decided this, and we've all just got to Jenny it. John thinks it's a knee-jerk reaction, tells her so. Even I think he says it's a fantasy when he
Yeah,
tells her.
yeah.
And she's like, this is forever, John. I'm leaving. I'm not coming back. And he's got all the same questions that Leah and Alf had the week before. Where you're going to live? What about when you run out of money? What you're going to do? And she just snaps at him, doesn't she? She's like, just be happy for me. Is John taking this too personally? Is my question to you at the moment. I feel like he's acting out,
Mm.
but is he taking it on a little too personally? Is he Leah's, although she's upset and she's losing a good friend, she seems to have gotten on board and has got to that stage where she realizes it's what Irene wants. Why
Yeah.
is John not getting there quicker, do we think?
I do feel like he feels like he's being abandoned because they are such good friends, and he's obviously helped her through so much in the past, and I feel like he still feels kind of responsible, and he feels like he needs to sort of wrap her up in cotton wool and all that stuff. So I do feel like he is taking it personally, but I also I can't really blame him. Like I think I don't know. I'd feel the same. I think if I was in, I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of her friends, and I think it's lovely that Leah's come around to it, and I think it's lovely that Mr. Stewart's come around to it, and that people are supporting her in her decision. I think she does deserve that, but also I would be more like John. I think because I'm looking at her and I'm thinking this is not a woman that's going to be able to travel the world on her own.
Yeah.
And I'm really scared for her, and I think that's part of what he's feeling, is that kind of, if he doesn't try and convince her to stay, something could happen and he'd feel guilty if he hadn't tried to stop it. I think there's some of that coming in
There's a bit of that going on.
because I'm just looking at her and I'm like, she's looking for a brochure or something in a house for the microwave or the oven or something, isn't she? And she's like, oh, I usually know where it is and I keep it in the same place and I've forgotten where it is. And I think all I can see is this woman being in an airport somewhere in a foreign country where she doesn't speak the language, and she's trying to find her passport, and she's getting overwhelmed and she's getting all frustrated, and there's no one there to help her because she's on
Other
her
than
own.
Jane Bolton.
She should be so lucky. But you know what I mean? I feel like I'm watching her and thinking this is absolutely crazy. I think the problem with the storyline is that they've made her symptoms seem so severe that she's had to give up work immediately. There was no easing her out of the diner slowly and like taking a step back from being, a co-manager and just serving and just doing coffee cart duty and just filling a day with shifts. It wasn't that. It was, I've got to stop working immediately. I'm a danger. I can't be trusted. I can't trust my own memory. I've got to sell up immediately. So the symptoms were so severe that she couldn't work anymore, but they're not so severe that she can go traveling around the world on her own. I'm confused. Sorry.
Yeah, well, no, I don't blame you. The symptoms is an interesting one, and I wanted to mention the symptoms as well because they seem to have improved. Because you're right, we went through this period of, I'm out in the midnight in the garden at night, and I'm forgetting everybody's names and
Forgot I was
orders.
babysitting.
I forgot. Yeah, exactly. And then she seems to have been fine for the last couple of weeks. Now, I'm not saying these things, don't act like that.
Yes,
this
they're
isn't how it goes.
unpredictable.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it is. Yeah. But it seems a little convenient to me that during the period where we're supposed to buy that she's going to go and do this round the world trip, that her symptoms have eased slightly, so that we can
Exactly.
sort of accept that she's going to do it. And yeah, the symptoms it's a tricky one, because I feel like that's been adjusted to fit the
Yeah.
plot.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I'm at a level of acceptance with it. I think she's gonna go, and I've just got to accept that she's well enough to do it, I suppose. But you are right. We've all got visions. We all care about her. We've watched her for years. We've got visions of her ending up in Tunis and not Tunis in France.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we know the same amount of information as John, and John knows more than other people. And I think possibly my reaction is similar to his, because I've got all the information that he has.
You've got the info, yeah.
And it was sort of spelled out this week, So when we found out about this, and John found out about this, she'd forgotten that she was babysitting Archie, and she'd forgotten that within an hour, 2 hours of being asked to do it.
Yeah.
And then completely forgotten. Whereas this week, Leah said something like, "Oh, do you remember I said earlier that I was going to help you plan your trip?" And she went, "Oh, it was only 2 hours ago, Leah. I'm not that batty." And I thought, "But you were a month ago."
Well, which is it? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is it? Because, I think they went too hard early doors with it.
Yes.
It should have been a bit of, like you said, I think, was you said in the week, it should have been a bit of early onset.
Yes.
And it's a bit like, right, while I've got the mind...
Yes.
And the body, I'm going to go and do this, and then we'll work it out later.
I would have gone early symptoms, early diagnosis, good news, early diagnosis. But now, what shall I do? Shall I carry on working in the diner, or shall I do my bucket list? I'll do my bucket list while the symptoms are still mild. We didn't do that. We went severe symptoms, have to finish work. Oh, guess I'll go travelling. And I'm like, I can't buy that. I can't. It's the wrong way round.
And you know what? It's a lot of change. Even for us, it's like there's a lot of change now. There's real big shifts in the show dynamic here. And it's like she's been pulled out from under, the rug's been pulled from under her, and we're like shit, and we're trying to find reason, and the reason we're getting is a bit naff.
Yeah, it is a bit.
Yeah. I mean, that part when, John as well, his desperation to try and halt this starts to affect others. That moment when he ends up saying to Dana, by the way, you're going to be homeless. Things like that. Dana's finding out through John's behavior. I just feel like John needs to really think about the consequences to his actions now. It's happening. It's out of his control. I think he needs to give up the fight, if you ask me, and get on board for the sake of his friendship with her and for the sake of other people around him. Like I say, Dana finding out she's losing her home in that way. Wasn't cool, John.
No, I get it. I feel like it's fear. I feel like he's thinking when she leaves, she's going to end up losing her passport, going to jail in some foreign country.
And he says that. He says you're being irresponsible, doesn't he? And she is, but what can you do about it? She's got her own free will. It's hard, isn't it? It is tough. Other than, go with her, John. Just go with her. If you're that worried, do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you say, I'm going to come with you for a bit, for as long as I can?
Yeah.
Would you mind?
Yeah.
She'll probably think, bloody hell.
But then I'd want to see that.
I know. Yeah. Put them on Coach Trip, we'd watch that, wouldn't we?
Oh, we bloody would. Yes.
You used to be the bravest person I know, and now I've met Brendan on Coach Trip. Now he does actually call it quits, doesn't he? Just as I'm saying that, he says, "You're on your own. I'm done. I'm out. See you later." I'm thinking, is this a way? Is this really how you want your friendship to end? Someone's going to have to talk some sense into him at some point. She sold her house. He's now going to refusing to see her and talk to her. Who's it going to be? I mean, Leah maybe. I don't know. Someone's going to have to speak to him. I'd love it to be Dana, actually. Now, Alf sees all this argument. He sees this all go down, and he goes and speaks to her, doesn't he? And he reassures her that she's making the right call. And Alf does track John down, and they do have a little bit of a rat-a-tat. And he says to me, it would be one hell of a tragedy, if you walked away when she needs you the most. Will it sink in? No, I don't know. Leah, on the other hand, if we compare John and Leah, she's now all in. She's helping, organise the trip. She's bought a pin board. She's Pinteresting that thing. She's going everywhere. I was trying to look. I was thinking, blinking.
She really is taking on the world. She's that's a mammoth trip. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope she's had all the vaccinations. Some of those places she's off there.
I know, yeah, she's gonna need them, I think. Yes.
Yeah. Energized by that board. Do you think it was a good idea? Do you think
I think it was good for her. I think she needed it. I think it was a good visualization for her to see what she's doing, because I feel like this trip without this organization could be a little bit haphazard.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
So I think, and I like the fact that people are rallying around her and trying to help her. It gives me some comfort that she's not actually doing the whole thing on her own, and she has got people sort of checking and
And Leah's, I guess if Leah's done the organ, Leah's going to know where she is.
That's a good point. Yeah, she'll know where she's supposed to be on what days.
Yeah, checking in.
I like the fact that she's talking to people about visiting them, like Bella and Tori, and people. There's going to be people that other people
checkpoints.
are going to be able to check in with and go, did Irene turn up to London, Tori? Yes, she did. Right, phew, where's she going next? They can kind of keep an eye on her, can't they? So I think that was good. I think this was necessary. I think it's made me feel a little bit better about her going.
Yeah, I think it's helped me get to that acceptance bit. Just get me over the line a bit.
Yeah.
With it, I mean, it's going to be sad when the day arrives. I'm not going to lie, but I think I'm ready for it now.
Yeah.
I think I've been prepped, and this, like you say,
this. I'm not crying anymore. I'm not crying at the flashbacks anymore. I'm more enjoying them now, and I'm waiting for the disappearing door at the bottom of the stairs in the flashbacks and all that sort of stuff. So
maybe they do know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Maybe they do know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a tear or two on the end. Though.
Oh yeah, I think it'll come. Yeah.
Right, can we talk about this open house? Because that arrives, doesn't it? That's the way they do it nowadays. And as blooming luck would have it, the Langhams need a place that day. Don't like this. Do not like this. I've got thoughts on this, and they're not good.
Oh dear.
Harper gets home mid-open house and finds Jolene rummaging through her bedroom. It's like, oh God. And the sort of rivalry that's been set up between the two, I'm actually, weeks ago, it filled me with dread. Oh God, right, this is how we're going to go. Actually, now we're here, I'm quite enjoying it, because I'm finding it amusing. Do you know, in like an amusing way?
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing in my knicker drawer and all this stuff? And later Harper sees her carrying her baby as well. And she's bumping into, and then it's just this. Jessica Redmayne's just doing it brilliantly. She's just like literally murdering her with her eyes, It's
so funny. I love that line that she said to Irene about how Tane's moving on with his life, and then Joe's getting her man and her bedroom, and I was like,
yeah.
And she got Dana's job. She got Harper's man and Harper's bedroom.
Yeah, this is what I mean, can't stand this Jolene, and it's reasons like this,
So
can't
funny.
stand her. What do you think? Come on.
I don't dislike her. I don't like her. I'm not sitting here thinking, oh, Joe's the best character I've ever seen, and I'm so glad she joined the show. I'm not thinking that yet. I think it's way too early for me to form a really positive opinion on her, but I don't dislike her either. I'm very much in the middle, bit beige with her, I'll be honest. And I feel like, I think I tweeted this week one day, because everyone was sort of piling on Joe on one day and saying, oh, she's awful, can't stick her, she's evil, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I just think she's another victim of Tane. I think she's another woman that's come across him and fallen under the Tane spell, which I don't understand. And then now she's falling victim to that sort of the minute a woman gets in his sort of orbit, they're kind of pulled down by it, and I feel like she's another victim of him. Like all this stuff is happening because of
Nah.
Harper.
I think you're being clouded by your Tane judgment here.
I don't
I'm going to have
dislike
to
her.
call it. No, she's murdered a mum, potentially. Actually,
yeah.
probably has done.
Yeah.
There was this horrendous behaviour about that bloody necklace. The attitude she had when she was like, I'm going to get my man and kickbox and all that. Nope, not getting me any favours. She took Dana's job and...
No, she didn't. No,
she did, but on merit. Let's say it was on merit.
She didn't take her job. She
No,
applied...
she went in and cried her eyes out. And of course, you're going to give her a job. It was shut her up. It was awkward.
No. Ridiculous.
She's getting no favours from me. Can I be truthful? No, best not on there, actually.
Oh.
No.
I'm interested.
I don't think the performance is that great either, which I don't think helps me.
I think it's...
But that is an opinion. Maybe it's just because... Maybe I'm clouded here because I don't like the character.
No, I think you're right. I think the performance is making me not tip to the like bit with her, because I'm not empathizing with her. I'm not thinking, oh, poor Joe. I'm not really positive about it and thinking, oh, poor Joe. Apart from the Dana stuff when she was being volatile, I did feel bad for her then. But I think because of the way that she's portraying it, I'm not actually thinking poor Joe. I'm just thinking, oh God, this is a mess. I don't feel like she's necessarily the orchestrator of all of the mess. I think some of this is being done to her, or she's just falling victim to. I mean, she's doing pretty much what Harper did when she joined. When Harper joined, she got her eyes on Tane. She did all these PT sessions with him to try and get his attention. And now Joe's doing the same thing. But obviously, Harper's still there like a bad, smell in an elevator.
I was going to say, and you've never liked Harper.
No, I've never liked her.
It sounds like you're more open to Joe, though.
But I don't like Joe, but I don't dislike her either.
You're just indifferent.
I just don't feel anything. I'm just like, I can see the facts. I can see, for some reason, Joe's interested in Tane. For some reason, she thinks that getting him is going to the gym and spending time with him, which is all the stuff that Harper did to get his attention. So I can't say one's better than the other because they're doing exactly the same thing. But then, I don't know. I feel like the only thing I can criticise Joe for at the moment is that she just needs to back off. It was an accident. She didn't know Harper lived in Irene's house. She didn't know that was her bedroom. She didn't know that she was wandering. But I think once she did realise, she needs to back off. And
then just stay away. Yeah.
She shouldn't have offered to hold the baby because that was gonna backfire. And she once she realised that Harper was also in the same class as her, she needed to back off then as well, I think.
Yeah, this is why I think it's building up to a big showdown between the two of them.
Yeah.
And Tane is going to be in the middle.
Yes.
This whole thing where he's offered, I mean, as far as we're aware, Joe doesn't even know about this yet, where he's offered to move them in. Yeah. Now, his reasoning was, as has always been Tane's reasoning, baby, right? It's, and I sort of got, there was a moment there where I was like, do you know what? You can't really blame him because it means he will get to see baby's first steps. He will get to be there and, and spend more time with him.
He will anyway, because Harper doesn't look after him.
Well, that's true. Yeah, she has him leased out of anyone.
Yeah, she only sleeps in the same room as him. She doesn't look after him.
You can understand why Tane jumped on it, can't you?
Yes.
I get to see him talk, say his first word. He doesn't want to miss out on that, and that is something that. I mean, he tried to marry the woman when he didn't love her. Do you know what I mean? Because he wanted to be there for this child that he was having. And thankful. Because they left us a few scenes before they rectified it, didn't it? But thank God. she woke up.
I love the Cash thing, though, where Cash was like, "Oi, idiot!"
The same.
I was like, thank you, we're all thinking it. Thank you for saying it. He is an idiot.
But could you have imagined, like you say, Joe there, her and Joe have already had these runnings now over the bedroom.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, did you watch the trailer? Sometimes you do,
I
sometimes
did,
you don't.
yeah. Because I wanted to know if next week was going to be worth watching. So yes, I did.
Looks like it will.
Yes.
I was thinking, does Jolene exist so that Harper could be liked again? I think so.
Yeah, possibly. Or does Jolene exist because Tane needs to have the attention of women to be relevant?
Oh, probably that as well, but let me sleep on that one.
I just feel like he creates this drama because he wants these two women fighting
He
over
does.
him.
Yeah, he does. You know, you're right. You're always right when you say it about Tane, and I do agree. Blimey now. But it was only the other week.
Can you make sure that soundbite is played out across all the social media, please?
I'll do it on the TikTok.
You're always right. I love that. I never hear it ever. I'm always wrong.
Yeah, he's messed it up. But I think, what's going to happen, right? I mean, Harper's now said she's not moving in. I actually suspect it will happen.
Do you?
Given the trailer. Well, on the trailer, he turns up and he's like, right, what are you going to do? You're going to have to leave. And, you know what I mean? And it sounds like this house completion is going to happen in a week. So,
oh, God.
Yeah. So I think she's going to end up there. And that's going to rub Joe up. Temporary. Yeah, air quotes. It's going to rub things the wrong way. And actually what's going to happen is there's going to be so much angst going on in that threesome situation that he's going to end up having even less time with his baby.
True.
Because Harper's going to want to do one.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Ooh.
I mean, he's had it.
I just wish he would. I wish he would man up and sort of. Well, that's probably the wrong phrase, but I wish he would just say to Joe what he said initially to her was, "I've got so much going on, and I need to be a dad, and I need to put my kid first."
He did say that, didn't he? Yeah,
he did, and then he backed down. And I think he needs to go back to that. I think he needs to say, "Look, things have changed again. Harper's homeless. I've got to put my Archie first. I've got to put my son first."
Yeah, and if I don't, I'm also going to miss out.
Yeah,
and I want to be there for my son.
Yeah, and maybe, in a couple of months when this is settled again and she's found somewhere to live and I'm not, having to share my bloody house with her, maybe we can pick this up again if you're still interested. But right now, he's got to prioritize his kid. And that's the thing that he supposedly is the only thing he's interested in the whole world. He says to Cash, I only invited her to move in because I want to keep an eye on Archie and I want to be close to him. Well, okay, we'll put him first then. Put your sex life second for a change.
Yeah. It's Mister.
Because Joe's not going to do it for him. Joe's not going to back off now because it's now Joe versus Harper, isn't it? So...
Yeah. And I think she's got a side to her, Joe. I think we're about to see it.
Yeah, potentially. But that might make me feel one way or another about her if I get to see that. Because at the moment, I just feel a bit meh about her.
Yeah, well, let's see next week what you think. Because for me, it's making me Team Harper again.
Is it? I'm not there yet.
I was like, I think I air fisted the what do you call it? Fist pump.
Fist.
At the end of today's episode.
I can't.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
It is air fist, isn't it?
Air fist, air pump.
Oh,
Punch
I don't
the
know.
air.
Punch the air. I know what you mean, but now you've said it, I can't think what the actual word is.
Come on.
You know when you say a word too many times and then it loses all meaning.
Yeah.
I think we did that. I think that's what we did.
Sounds about right for us. Okay, very briefly, Marley's back. Another one of your faves. Why doesn't he just do the lessons himself? I've not got a lot on this, but this whole will they, won't they sack Lacey in the end tells her to learn how to surf. She doesn't seem keen. I still think that theory that she can't swim is a thing. Friend of the pod, Tamsin, thinks the same as well. She mentioned it on the watch along during the week. And she
maybe
seems
she doesn't want to get eaten by a shark. That's
maybe,
valid.
but she does seem a bit ungrateful at this chance.
Yeah.
She's unqualified for this job, and he says, "Look, I need someone who is qualified. I'm willing to wait while you get qualified. You'd be like, thank you so much for this amazing chance. I won't let you down. I'll try my best.
Yeah.
You don't just go, oh, rack off. Can't do this.
Mm.
And even Theo's even helping to give her free lessons. Come on, girl. Again, these Langhams, they're not doing, for some reason, they're just doing themselves no favours
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, I see what you mean with this. I mean, I am really confused about the board shop. I think I put a tweet out earlier in the week and I was like, I do not understand the board shop. Not that long ago, he had so many boards to shape that he couldn't do the lessons and he was just doing the boards and shaping those. Then, since he's been away, he's got a backlog of boards to shape because she's sold so many of them. That's why she bought all those supplies so that he could shape the boards. So he's got a huge backlog of boards to shape. But then he's also got time to do that and to teach the surf lessons. Now, I just don't get this at all. And you know what?
And
I don't care.
without the lessons, the business collapses.
Exactly. So why don't we cancel the board shaping and do the lessons?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Mhm.
But that board shaping is what he wants to do, isn't it? That's what he wants to do. He wants to shape boards for a living. He doesn't really want to do the shop and the lessons, but the lessons are what keeps the shop open.
Yeah.
I'm so confused, sorry.
Yeah.
I
don't
feel
think
exhausted.
we need to. Yeah, I don't think we need to spend much more time deliberating it, do we?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah. I think he just should do the lessons himself and tell her to get swimming lessons. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the big drama about?
I don't know.
Melodrama.
It is
Melodrama.
Yeah, we didn't need this, I don't think.
No, it was just to give Marley words when he got back in town.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Tally's been dancing though. He looks chiseled.
If you say so.
Dana slips the L-bomb in, and Sonny flaps, doesn't he? Doesn't say it back this week. And this, I love you. I love these two. And I was eye rolling a bit because I was thinking, oh God, this usual trope. But I did end up thoroughly invested as the scenes rumbled on. Tried to ignore it, didn't he? But she presses the matter because that's very Dana. Most characters would be like, oh, I said it, he didn't say it back. They'd run to a friend and worry about it and how we over and all the rest of it. Have I ruined it? Oh no, Dana's like, well, what have you got something to say? Very Dana.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know what to do, does he? He's never been in this situation, he tells her. No one's ever loved me before. And I'm thinking, oh, God's sake, don't start this. Don't start this, lad. And he does go and speak to Theo, doesn't he? And he's like, look, just basically Dana knows what she's got herself in for. She knows who you are. She wouldn't say it. You're an open book, basically, Theo tells him. And it's not like you're just not giving her enough credit. Your insecurities, just that's your partner who says they love you. They accept you for all that stuff, don't they? That's what they love about you normally. So he does summon her to the boat on the flat beach. Which I did. I just love the cinematography with that,
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is about me and that little wee boat. It's got so much connotation to me about home and away. And
is it the one we saw when we were there?
I think so. Yeah. And the little runaways used to hide under it when it was turned up, and people sleeping on the beach under it and things. So I don't know. I just look, and then the way they shot it with the wide shot and all the scenery in the background. Weather was crap, but the scenery in the background, just such a gorgeous scene, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And we're witnessing basically the next big couple here that unanimously, everybody loves them. It just works. The chemistry is great. You're going to tell me you don't love them. So he summons her to the boat and he tells her that she's amazing. But I'm not this corporate white picket fence guy. And she's like, I know, and I don't want him. I want you. I love you. And he says, I love you too. And then they pash as we zoom away. I had the little fuzzy feels on this one. They seem to be bumbling along nicely as a couple.
Yeah.
I do wonder whether because that's like a pretty big step they've just done. It's they're moving along in their relationship, but Dana finds herself in a bit of a accommodation crisis quite soon. I wonder whether we're gonna maybe go a bit too fast moving this relationship along in the near future. I wonder.
Well, this is what I had in the back of my mind all week as well, because they had this conversation, didn't they? And I like the reassurance that Theo gave him. I like the fact that he said, "You're not giving Dana enough credit." I thought that was a really good conversation to have, and I was really
Same.
proud of Theo. Theo's good with the advice, actually.
He's
to be
great,
fair.
isn't he? Yeah,
He is.
we've praised him for it over the
Yeah,
years.
he's got a decent head on his shoulders. You know, when he's not being a river boy racer or whatever.
Yeah,
He has these
borrowing
moments.
money.
Yeah, exactly. Financially, not very good, but in the matters of the heart, I think Theo does have some good advice.
Yeah,
But I was thinking, you know, she has agreed with him that he's not a 9 to 5, you know, sort of settled down kind of guy, and she's kind of gone, yeah, I get it. But is she gonna have to say, kind of move in with you temporarily, or kind of move in with you permanently? And then is he going to then freak out because he's showing, I don't know what the word is, he's showing avoidance, like his attachment style. You know, when people talk about their attachment style, he's showing that he's a bit avoidant. He's a bit like, oh, I've never been in a long-term relationship, and I've never said the L word to anyone, and it's never got that
and
far.
I'm not about the picket fence.
Yeah, but I do love you.
Oh, you're right. There's a red flag, isn't there?
I'm a bit like, but she is like that. She does need stability. She has got a serious job. She does need to find somewhere to live. So is this going to be a problem in 2 weeks' time? It's not a problem right now, but is it going to be a problem soon? Now that
I
said,
think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a bit like,
I'm a bit nervous. Yeah.
I'm sort of like, oh shit, here's the merry-go-round, and I don't really want to be on it, but I feel like I'm getting on it. I feel like I'm being pushed onto the merry-go-round.
You're already in the queue. You can't get out.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm trapped now. You know, we're in the snaky bit that goes around, you know, like Alton Towers. When you get so far, you can't go back. You have to go on Nemesis, even though you feel like you're going to have a panic attack. You've got to get on it now. So I feel a bit like that. I don't know.
I know what you mean. Yeah, you're right. Now you've sort of spelled it out to me. There's a red flag, isn't there, in what he's saying to her? He's telling her he's not a settled down man. And I think more importantly to highlight that she is, because part of her reaction initially to Irene's diagnosis was, "You've given me so much." You know, you were basically a mum to me, and we know obviously all too well Harper and Dana's history and their upbringing wasn't the best. And that those kind of things, when it's like that, you do yearn and you do seek those things out more. So that feeling to nest is stronger, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you never had it, and you want to experience that. It will be interesting. It will be telling. I think her personality matches his, from like the free spirit, you know, free as a bird thing. But I mean, they were clashing last week. They were screaming at each other in the street. There are differences there. Whether this will scratch them out, I think time will tell, but I'm expecting it.
And when they are scrapping, she's getting cross with him. It's not really the other way around.
Yeah.
She gets mad with him because he's a bit flaky and because he's done this or he said that, and she's upset.
It's not. What was it? It's not all. Life's not all flying kites. She said to him.
Yeah.
She literally said that.
She can. You know? She is very, like you say, she's well matched with him to a certain extent, but she has got that serious side of her.
Yeah,
she has got that settled down.
Yeah,
she has got that moodiness, bitchiness side of her, which I haven't seen in him yet.
Yeah, and perhaps that's maturity, because she does have a job. I mean, he doesn't have a job. He doesn't.
No.
Does he know how to pay bills? Does he know? You know, he doesn't have that maturity, does he? That she does.
No.
So it's going to be an interesting one, and they're one of the favourite couples. Every couple has to have an obstacle, right? And I understand it.
Yeah.
a soap writing perspective,
Yeah.
perhaps this will be theirs.
Yes.
And they're going to be forced in this situation. It's not going to be natural. They're forced
Mm.
into it because she's losing her house.
Yes,
You know?
exactly. And as soon as
Yeah.
that came up, I was like, oh, here we go.
Same. I did the same thing. Mac and Levi are waiting for the call about how many embryos have matured. Now, I am confused.com because last week.
Tell just by you saying embryos. It's like it's a foreign word, embryos.
It doesn't even sound right in my voice. I think I was on the Twitter this night, and I was like, I don't know anymore. Just here, have my embryos. do I have them?
I don't think so, doll. Although I'd have to have an MRI to double check. I think.
I mean, the week before we had 7 mature follicles.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
What are they? I have no idea.
I don't know, but somehow that became an embryo. But they haven't matured in the embryonic process. I don't know.
Do you know what? We need a documentary about IVF. That's what we need, not slots. Oh, we need to know what the bloody hell they're talking about. Oh dear.
I think all we need to know is they were getting excited, getting ahead of themselves.
Yes.
The fact that nothing's matured is bad now. Mature was good last week. Mature's bad this week. And when the call comes, they're devastated. In a nutshell.
That's about as far as I understand it as well. Yes. Oh, God.
I do feel for Mac, I really do. I was reminded this week that she'd had that ectopic pregnancy, didn't she? I mean, we briefly touched on it before.
Yeah.
So there's still a bit of a question mark over this whole thing and how we've ended up in such a serious situation, really. I don't know if you heard last week's podcast in your absence, but Tamsin said her running theory is that Dr. Levi has lied about his test results.
Yes, a few people have said this actually online.
Oh,
as
really?
Well. Yeah,
is it gaining a bit of...
I can't remember who it was. It was a couple of weeks ago when people are saying, shouldn't we be looking at Levi because he, somebody, I can't remember who it was, said he looked, like his facial expressions made him look guilty, like he was hiding something. And I can't remember who it was now on the tweet along that said that.
So, but there are others mentioning it then. It is a theory that is sort of popping up.
Yeah.
Isn't this fascinating? Because it's completely passed me by this. But actually, it could that be a possibility?
Yeah.
Even going through the IVF process, would they not?
I don't know. I think it'd be pretty evil for him to do this. I mean, I remember when it was that I saw the conversation online. It was when Mac was on the sofa, and she was in pain, wasn't she? And she was, looking very unwell, a bit sweaty and moody, and obviously in pain. And he was at the kitchen sink and he was kind of looking over at her. And somebody on the tweet along said, I think that's a look of guilt. Like, I think he's hiding something. I think he's the one that's got the problem, not her, because he heard his results over the phone and then relayed them to her and said, oh, I'm absolutely fine. But we didn't hear the results being given to him. We trusted him that he was giving her the right information, and he could have lied at that point. I hadn't thought about that, but somebody else on the tweet along had. And it wasn't, the way that I was watching it, it wasn't obvious to me that was what was happening. But now they've mentioned it, I look at it and I go, that's a possibility. It could be that, anything's possible because we haven't heard his test results out loud and we are taking his word for it. And his concern for Mac could be guilt. It could be, but I think that would be pretty evil because, like, he's seen her go through hell with these tests and injections and everything else, and he's seen her crestfallen every time she's got a negative result or when she's got these phone calls about the IVF failing. I think it would be pretty evil to put someone through all of that he's supposedly in love with if it really is down to him and he knows that it's down to him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It would. I mean, it would be one hell of a twist, I must say.
Yeah.
the thought, actually, I mean, it sobered me up a bit here. Like, the thought of someone doing that to somebody, And I think I do get a bit defensive of Mac sometimes because I think she's a character I've put a lot of time into, and she never ever gets happy ending ever.
No.
And it seems like even through this Levi stuff, she's finally getting somewhere to what she wants. And I think we're going to be reminded again. I don't think the baby's happening. I've never been convinced of it. That she never gets happiness, and this is like another to add betrayal layer to it, as well as not getting the baby. Just would be brave.
Yes.
It would be a juicy story. It really would. But
it would.
I'm at the phase where I'm like, how much more can Mac take?
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
I do feel for the lass, I really do. And I mean, she's such a good actor, Emily Weir.
Yeah.
And she does do it really well. And I wonder if that plays into how much of this sadness she does get given.
Yes.
Because she does it so well.
Yeah,
she's
that's
really
true.
good.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, it could be that, couldn't it? Like if you've got someone who's absolutely great at portraying certain
That's
emotions,
their thing.
and it
Yeah.
must be, as a writer, it must be really good to write for those people because you can sort of see how she's going to do it in your head.
Yeah. And then you can really put her through the ringer. And that's the joy. It's like playing God, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a big game of God.
Yes.
Writing a soap.
Yeah.
I'd love it. If there's an opening, let me know. Can't write for Toffee. Can't even spell. Right, Cohen's asking Alf questions about Adrian this week. Meanwhile, Harper gets the call about the DNA results they're in, and Graham's backstage standing by.
It's very Jeremy Kyle, this, isn't it?
Rue sits him on the bench, doesn't she, on the beach, and she tells him. And actually, at this point, I was quite proud of Rue. Proud of Rue at this point, because I thought, do you know what? How many times have we slagged her off and berated her for lying to him and being, at least on this occasion, she knew, she sat him down, she told him straight, she didn't sugarcoat it, and I thought at this point that was the right thing to do after everything. So I was quite happy that she did like that.
Yeah.
But she keeps getting me like this though, doesn't she? And then she keeps doing something else. And he doesn't say he doesn't know how he feels, what if he doesn't like me, and he's quite matter of fact about it, isn't he, Cohen? And I think he's taken it all in his stride, and good on him, this has been an absolute turmoil time. Imagine all this going on in a matter of weeks, and now you've got a dad that you didn't know you had, and your mum's gone, and oh God. Now, it seems this Adrian is told, isn't he? I don't know. He seems decent to me, I think this would be a lot easier for me if he was a wrong 'un.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah, if you had really strong opinions about him and you thought,
yeah,
it would be easier. But actually, he just seems like someone who is a bit blindsided. He didn't know he had a kid, and he's now doesn't really know what to do because it's sort of like, I have got a kid, and I need to be a dad now, and I'd given up on this dream, and what do I do? I kind of feel sorry for him, to be honest.
Yeah, and he's battling this sort of. He's a bit hacked off that he's been lied to. And all the rest of it. He had an inkling. He said when he first got called in, he had an inkling, but your partner's walked out on you, told you it wasn't your kid after all. I mean, he's hurt as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of questions himself, but obviously that's not what this story. We're following Cohen in his point of view, aren't we? Now he goes to visit Adrian, gives him this big speech about Cohen. This is Rue, goes to visit him, and she tells him all this stuff about what he's like. He loves footy, he loves he's a sensitive boy and he likes this, he likes that, he loves fishing with my dad takes him fishing, we know Alf's grown fond of him. And she says, but most of all, he loves his mum. And that becomes important because, he gets to spend a bit of time with him. Cohen seems to like him, they play footy. They're doing that get to know you thing, and Rue is reluctantly, letting it happen, isn't she? And you can see she's blooming battling it internally, can't you?
Yeah.
And because she wants the boy, doesn't she? At the end of the day, and she's struggling, and that beautiful sort of speech she did to Adrian about him shows us how much she's invested in him in such a short space of time. She knows all this stuff about him, and she's quite protective of him already, which I thought was a good way to demonstrate that and remind us as well. But then there's this moment where Adrian gets him on his own, takes him for a walk on his own, and it's all allowed and whatnot, and they get to talking, don't they? And they get on to Mother, and this is why what Rue told Adrian was very important, because some of that confusion, some of that anger that Adrian's got going on internal comes to the surface a bit. He don't get angry, visually angry, but he does say something, doesn't he, to Cohen about his mum. That she lied. I didn't know you existed, and that was because of your mum. And Cohen's not ready to hear that. He is so team mum. Like it's always. But his entire life has been he and mum against the world. He's not going to hear it, is he? He's not ready to listen to it. And he shuts down, says, I don't like him, goes home, doesn't want to see him again. And then this whole story then turns a little bit. And then something switches in Rue. Suddenly, I thought she was doing well. I thought she was doing the right thing. She was letting go, although it was a struggle. She was allowing it, she was allowing it to happen, and she had no choice, and she seemed to be coming to terms with it. And the moment Cohen's like, no, I don't want to see him, it's like her face lit up. She's like, yes, I've got my excuse.
Yes.
I've got my excuse to really push my agenda. Did you feel the same? Did you see that switch in her in that moment? Like, what was your gut?
I feel the same as you. I feel like she kind of wants this to fail, doesn't she? Because we had that conversation. I think she was in Salt, and it was when they were having like the dinner together, wasn't it? And David showed up, didn't he? And he was, oh, it all looks really good here, and let me get you all a round of a drink. And then she followed him to the bar and said, oh, I'll give you a hand with the drinks. And then he said to Rue, this is a good thing. This is what we hope for with this kind of story. We hope that, we're going to be able to reunite the kid with his biological family. This is a good thing. This is what all like fostering cases, this is a good outcome kind of thing. And her face was like, oh, yeah, but dropped, immediately. She doesn't want that. She's been told that she's an emergency foster carer. She's been told that this is the end goal. We're going to go and try and find his biological family. This is what we want to do. We want to reunite kids with their biological parents or their, their grandma or their auntie or whoever it is that they're related to. This is the end result. Fostering should be temporary, and it'd be awful if he went into like, a care home or whatever. That's like the worst case scenario. So while she's being told this is the best case scenario, because it's not the scenario that she wants, this kid's come along and she's gone, he's really cute and he's really polite and he fits in with my family. I want this one. I'm going to keep him. And she's decided for herself what she wants, but she's not thinking like a foster carer. She's thinking like a potential adopter.
No. Yeah. And that's a mistake, and we'll just add it to the other list of them.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's not the first foster carer to go through that as well. I'm sure it means something to somebody out there.
Yes.
But you're right, she just messes this up all the time, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And then it becomes, doesn't it? It just becomes this big thing where she's like, this suits me, this suits what I want, so I'm going to do everything I can to make this fit so that I get what I want, basically. And she starts coming, and she starts, well, he doesn't want it, but she can blame it on Cohen now. So it's like, well, he doesn't want to see him, so you can't see him. I mean, unbeknownst to Sarge David, he was having this chat with Adrian in, I keep wanting to call him Andrew, Adrian in Salt. He doesn't know any of this has gone on. He's like, you need to keep fighting, lad. If we are, I'm thinking bloody parent advice from him, God's sake. But if we all wouldn't see our kids if we gave up. I'm thinking, yeah, too right, lad. So he takes that as going knocking the door and being like, "Go in, speak to me," and making a big scene. Cohen's he's a little timid lad. He's not going to then warm to you, man.
No.
He's making mistakes himself, just as Rue is, And I thought that was really telling when Harper went round and was like, "There's been mistakes on both sides. This can't happen again." And I did like that the only way she could get her in check. And she knew what card to play, and she knew exactly when to play it. This is why I've really, really enjoyed Harper this week as well, in that she waited till she played that department card.
Yes.
And she said, right, there's been mistakes on both parts. Start again. Oh, and by the way, if you continue to get in the way, I'm going to have to report you, and it'll be a different foster parent altogether.
Yeah.
Rue's face dropped. I was like, oh my God.
Harper doesn't know what she's walking into there, does she?
She doesn't, but I think Harper can handle herself. Mate.
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to see that.
Yeah, she can. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And I just loved how she delivered it. I think Jess is really good at this type of stuff.
Yes.
Thank God she's not pining over Tane. I think that's why I'm enjoying it. It's not Tane.
Yes.
Pining.
Yes.
It's something else that she's doing,
and it
suits.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting now next week under the threat, because Tane Harper's clocked it. She doesn't want to lose the boy.
No.
Well, you play by my rules, girly. I loved it.
It was a shame that this came so late in the week, because I think this is something that I probably needed on Tuesday, Wednesday, to be honest. I mean, I'm glad it's coming into next week, but I think I needed this to kind of get this storyline moving a bit, but also make it a bit more interesting. I have struggled a bit, I'll be honest, with the Cohen stuff this week, because it's just going a bit too slow for me, just to being a bit.
It is very slow.
Yeah.
I think the whole show feels like it's been stretched.
Yes.
Stretched out thin a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And it's probably because it's, like I say, I think it's all gone into Irene's exit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah. Right, Soph. It's time for your say on the bay.
My say on the bay?
No, actually.
Oh?
Yeah, it can. Yeah, it is actually. Yeah. I was like, no, it's mine. I was like, no, it's normally mine. Yeah, I'm trying not to make a habit of this because I like my say on the bay.
I know.
But I'm doing it. I've taken the reins this week, aren't I?
Yes.
Taking the reins. Before we get into it, I must remind all our listeners, and I feel I've just got a wave of nerves come over because now I'm doing it in front of you.
You're fine.
Remind all our listeners that we are on the social medias, aren't we? And we tweet along to the episodes as they air on Channel 5 Star live here in the UK every weeknight at 6:30 p.m. Come and join in. There's a good group of us all hashing it out on what we think of the episode. It's right good chit chat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hashtag Home and Away UK on Twitter or X, if that's what you're calling it. And our handle is Coastal News Pod, if you want to find us that way. And it's pretty much the same username on all the websites, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the interwebs. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, Thread, that's the main one. Threads. So come and find us, Coastal News Pod, or on the hashtag Home and Away UK. Do get involved in the chat. You never know, you might hear your comment on your say on the bay.
Fabulous.
So,
see what you're nervous about. That was fabulous.
It's the pressure of you, and it just rolls off your tongue, and I'm now having to.
Only because I've been doing it for 2 years and saying the same thing every week,
Well, what's my excuse for the rest of the episode then? Because it's never the same.
Oh dear.
If you don't have social media, you can send us an email. Love an email.
Yes.
Just as much as I love a walk and talk. You can email us coastalnewspod@gmail.com. And we had an email this week from Jamie, who's
yeah.
normally tweeting. He's sending an email this week. And he says, "Hi, Si and Soph." Brackets, Tamsin if she's on. She's not on, but I'll pass on her the hello. I left Twitter permanently this time. I hope everyone there is well. I don't blame you, Jamie. Don't blame you. I'm out of there on a personal basis as well.
Yeah.
But that explains why you're emailing us, so thank you. I know you've been on the old Instagram discussion page. He goes on to say that he quite likes it. So if you fancy coming chatting to home when you're not on Twitter, but you are on Instagram, we've got a little channel, haven't we?
Yeah.
Come along and join that. On our Instagram profile, you'll see it at the top. Click it and join in. We also chat about the show there as well. Jamie's done just that, and he's there chatting away. He says, "This week I was shouting at the intruders wandering around Irene's house and telling them to get out. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel if the Langhams move in. When Irene's gone, it's going to take a long time to get used to it, if at all."
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't know how I feel yet, I'll be honest. I'm kind of reserving my judgment because I quite like David. I think he's all right. I don't dislike him. I quite like the fact that he's got friendship with Justin going on, because I think Justin needed a friend that was a similar age, similar background. You know, they discuss teenage daughters and that kind of thing, even though Justin doesn't really see his. But they've got similar kind of life events, I guess, that they've gone through.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I kind of like the fact that he's got Justin as a mate, and we're seeing a bit more of his personality. So I'm not hating David. I was sus of him when he first joined. I'm still a bit sus about whether he's got any involvement with his wife's death. But Joe, yeah, I don't feel warm to her. I don't feel cold to her either. So the whole Langhams in the house thing, I'm not feeling anything yet. I'll be honest.
I feel like they haven't earned their stripes yet for such an iconic set. You know, it's one of those moments where I've said this before. You know, when you think about EastEnders and they put someone shit in the Queen Vic, and you're like, this ain't working.
Yes.
I feel like this is going to be one of those situations.
I did feel that when George and Elaine took over the Vic. I did feel that. I did feel
And
like,
you're like,
who are you and where have you come from? And I don't like it. And Elaine's way too over the top for me, so I didn't warm to her immediately either.
Sometimes the set commands a certain type of character, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And just from its legendary status, I don't think this is right.
No.
I don't know. I
would have preferred. I mean, we've talked about this before, and I'm sure other people on Your Say in the Bay, we've read out comments about who we'd prefer. And for me, top of the list would have been Marilyn, obviously moving into the beach house. That's something that we've talked about a lot. Other people have talked about as well. We've read the comments out. That would have been my wish, if I'd got a wish, you know, that Marilyn would end up there. And even Marilyn ended up there and maybe living with the girls, maybe still living with Harper and Dana. And then becoming a little friendship group. Maybe that would have been nice. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm not mad that it's David, but I'm not happy either. I'm just indifferent at the moment.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, it's just a bit like, oh, okay. It's not what I would have asked for, but I'm open to it. You know.
Well, that's better than most. So, what more can you ask for, eh?
Yeah.
Jamie says, "Speaking of the Langhams, there was far too much Jolene this week, and all of it is not pushing the dead mum storyline forward at all. So annoying." Yes, I think we're all on the same page there.
Yes.
Once again, another week rumbles on, and we're not anywhere further along. Getting a little bit annoying, frustrating, you name it.
I wish the private investigator thing had been pushed and it hadn't just been canned immediately.
Yeah, I was thinking we were going to get first-person cameras in the bushes again and things, you know?
Yeah, that would have been really good. I would have quite
Yeah.
enjoyed that, even if we'd not seen it, but he turned up or she turned up. I can't remember whether it was a lady or a bloke, but if the PI had turned up with a brown folder of photographs and this is what I've managed to dig out and this is
Yeah.
I've spoken to this
Yeah.
person, anything like that would have been
Yeah.
interesting.
I mean, let's face it, all he would have really seen is Joe.
Yeah,
Joe and Harper fighting.
Yeah,
Mm.
true.
But yeah, there could have been so much more there.
Yeah, that was a shame.
Tane needs an action storyline. His love life is taking up all of his storylines these days. It's like watching Made in Chelsea. Well, there was a Made in Bondi that I don't mind admitting was quite good.
Was there? I didn't even know
There
that.
was a Made in Bondi. It was out last year.
Oh,
It was
God.
I only watched it in the run up to us going to Bondi. Like
Oh, right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
I
You
can
imagine.
I can. I've been to Bondi now, and I saw some things. So yes, eye-opening. It was eye-opening. Okay.
Tarnani, I've read that bit. Rue's been handling the Cohen Adrian thing relatively well for her. I assume he's going to leave with his dad in the end. I wonder if Rue will get another one.
Or she's been blacklisted by the department.
Yeah, we don't know yet. She might get reported.
Yeah.
That's where we're up to. She might get reported. I think, yeah, I mean, minds are starting to turn to Cohen going with his dad, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's definitely a front runner of a possibility at the minute.
Mm.
And were Bree and Remi on this week? I can't remember because my brain switched off when they're on. It was Monday. They're in this week's bill. But yeah, gone and done. Dana and Sonny are amazing. Sonny saying that nobody but his family has ever said they love him broke my cold heart. Anyway, this was the week. Until Thursday, have a great weekend, guys. Jamie. Thanks very much, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie.
And yes, you too, if you want your email out, give us an email, coastnewspod@gmail.com. We don't always read emails, but we often do, don't we?
Yeah.
Right. Thankfully, on your infamous tip run last week, should I say, you didn't throw your spade away, thankfully, because I've been using it to dig through social media this week.
Have you got my spade dirty?
I've got your spade dirty, yeah. And you know I don't clean nothing, I'll stick it in.
I know, that's what I thought. I'll just come back and it'll be covered in muck off of Facebook.
Pauline's guts.
Oh dear. Go on then. Tell me.
Just nipping over to Facebook first.
I knew it.
There's not loads, I will be honest. But there was some reaction to the whole Cohen Adrian Ruse stuff on there. That was worth noting and sharing because it's one of the big sort of things everyone's talking about right now. Bavna says, I was glad that Rue gave Adrian a chance and she was very pleasant with him, just telling him the sort of kid Cohen was, what he liked and what he's into, and still loved by his mum. It was good.
Yeah, that was really good of her. That was the least selfish thing that she did this week, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think
that's it. That's it. And I think she, like I say, it was until that snap moment, when she saw an opportunity to pin this on Cohen.
Yeah.
Which was when she lost me a bit. But yeah, you're right. I think credit where it's due, but yeah, she always seems to let herself down in the end.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Jill, this made me laugh. Jill says, why does everyone on here want to cut these guys' long hair? It looks great.
There's so many comments on Facebook about hair.
I know.
They hate Theo's hair. They want him to cut it off. They hate Sonny's hair. They want him to cut it off. Someone recently said that Dana can't see because her fringe is so long and she needs a haircut. There's so many comments about cutting people's hair off on Facebook. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's very two-dimensional assessment of the show, isn't it, really?
I don't even look at their hair, doll. You know? It's a story. We're watching it for the story, the plot.
Yeah. Lorraine says, I hope Cohen stays in Summer Bay and we can get back to the original home and away storylines. Interesting, because everyone's complaining lately how much of a chore these storylines are.
Yeah.
So make your mind up, Lorraine.
Yes.
And Gemma chimed in and she said, where can I catch up on 3 months worth of home and away? Anyone know?
Blimey. Blimey. Well, you can do a month's worth on the 5 app because they have 30 days worth of home and away episodes on the 5 app.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it's probably all you need. You probably don't need to go 3 months back.
Yeah. And look, I'll save you some time. I'll send you a link to a podcast that'll summarise it very well for you.
Exactly. I don't think you need to fill in 3 months worth to get to where we are.
It's interesting how Irene's storyline seems to hook people back in.
Yes.
Isn't it? I suspect that is a little bit like
But
that.
I wonder what those people that are specifically tuning in for that storyline make of the storyline, because we've been watching it all along and anticipating this for ages, and we've got mixed feels about it. So it's be interesting to hear from if anybody out there is listening to us because they're trying to catch up and find out what's happened so they can watch the Irene exit. Tell us what you think about it.
Yeah, that'd be interesting if you can get in touch.
Yeah.
Because it's we recently on Investigate spoke to a brand new viewer, didn't we?
Yeah.
And she said she doesn't really feel that deeply about Irene because she doesn't know her, and it was interesting to hear it. So it'd be interesting, if anybody else is coming back in,
but if
having not gone through it, a lapsed one would be interesting to hear from. Right, I then scraped and dragged your spade over to Twitter, right, and had a go down there.
Go on then.
There's been some reaction to Joe, okay,
right,
and sort of they're the new kids on the block. It's interesting to see how they're bedding in with the sort of audience. So, Julie Smith says Joe is really trying to push things along when he's not really ready for it. She makes me feel uncomfortable watching. I feel sorry for Harper.
Yeah, I can totally see that point of view. Joe knows what she wants, and she's been told that she can go for it. She's been told by Harper, don't let me hold you back. She's been told by Tane, at first it was, I've got to look after my son and put him first. But then he was like, actually, I do want to go on a date with you. So she's been given the green light from both of them. So as far as she's concerned, it's, all steam ahead, but she's doing a softly get to know you thing. But now she's ramping it up, isn't she? Because I think she's sort of sick of doing the slow burn relationship.
Yeah.
So I can totally see that. It is a bit cringy to watch.
Yeah. And is watching it feeling uncomfortable means the storyline's working, though? I guess, Julie, you need to decide that.
Yeah.
There's so many storylines on here where I'm really pleased to sit in the uncomfortable space. I've said it loads of times.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those weird people when life gets a bit, awkward. I'm like, I quite thrive on it,
I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not a thriver in an uncomfortable space. But I did actually say to you off air that one of the best things that happened this week was when Harper walked into her bedroom and saw Joe standing there, and it was awkward AF. But I kind of relished in it because I was like, "Ha!"
Yeah.
And it was kind of juicy drama, and the rest of the story that day wasn't as juicy.
Yeah, it sort of stood out to you because it was something to. Yeah.
I needed it. So
yeah.
Was it
it's interesting.
cringe? Yes. Was it awkward? Yes. Did I love it? Yeah, I did a bit.
Yeah. So this uncomfortableness, it creates drama. So maybe is it that bad? Let us know, Julie. Vicky at Vicky _T_XXX. Oh. Is this going to be S? Vicky, are you SFW? I don't know. This is, I don't know. This might all these acronyms. This might backfire. This reading this one out.
Go on then, I'm interested now. You got me attention.
Never thought I'd say this, but I'm on Team Harper. She says.
Oh.
So she never thought she'd say it, and I've been saying this to you. She's sort of winning me back, and it looks like it's happening to Vicky as well.
That's interesting. I'm not there yet. Not there.
See, I tried really hard the first time you did nice, so
Yeah.
Victoria Krankenwagen says she had a very vivid dream
Oh.
one night this week where she was married to Cash from Home and Away. So listen, you've got some competition now.
That is a good dream. That is a good dream. Yeah. What's the rest of the dream? Tell me. What was he doing?
We want every detail. If you could possibly send us an ASMR recording, that'd be great. Sorry, Eden. Looks like you won't be getting that dream wedding after all. He's legally mine now. Kiss emoji. So I think you need to get on to her. You two are like the new rivalry. Yeah, it's like the new Joe and Harper.
I want to know the details of the saucy dream. I need all deets.
All deets.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Victoria, send the deets, please. Send the deets. Nina says, I'm not Rue's biggest fan, but hasn't she done a great job with Cohen? She's given him the confidence and brought... Oh no, my screenshot's got something covering it.
Oh no.
And brought the something out of his shell. Well done, Rue.
Brought something out of his shell. Yes, I can sort of agree with that, actually. I don't think she's done a great job. I think she's made a lot of mistakes, but actually she has got to know him. She does seem to understand him quite well. The only thing I've got some trepidation about that comment is he did go to Mr. Stewart first this week and ask questions about Adrian. And he said to Mr. Stewart, I haven't spoken to Rue about this because I don't want to upset her and she gets upset. And I thought that was an indication of where she's going wrong, because if her foster child doesn't feel like he can talk to her because she's getting emotional and he wants to protect her and stop her getting emotional, and he's not asking questions about his own life and his own family because of how Rue would react to those questions, that is a fail in my book.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree.
Yeah, that made me uncomfortable.
She's let him down.
Yeah.
She's let him down if that's the situation.
If he can't ask questions about his potential dad because he's worried that she will get upset, that is a fail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
I agree. No, I agree. Hannah says, I wanted a new family with younger children to buy Irene's house, but that's not going to happen. Also found the Rue and Cohen scenes emotional. So
somebody that wants a family unit by the sounds of it with kids. Yeah,
that's not what we're about, though.
No,
don't like it when there's only been like, you can count on one hand how many times that's happened. Actually, the Sutherlands worked. They're the anomaly. I don't think the Estonies really worked as well as they should have.
They had potential, didn't they? But I think, it kind of dropped off after a while, I think. Yeah. And they were much older kids as well that had their own lives.
Very true. Yeah, they're not little whippersnappers with, that's true.
Apart from the one that had the eating disorder. What was her name?
Coco,
that was it. Yeah, she was younger, wasn't she? But the rest of them were kind of grown. Yeah.
Sarah at 30th floor, why no urgent conversations between Harper and Dana about where they're gonna live? Irene will have the house sold by the end of the day. Well,
prediction correct.
Yeah. It was. You must have seen that coming, Sarah, 30th floor.
Yeah.
Nina said a funny one. Where on earth do you find a map of our world in 2 hours, Leah?
And it wasn't just a map of the world, it was like a whole carved...
Profesh.
Yeah. Do you reckon Justin and Theo made that in the garage? Like, carved it special?
They could have done. I mean, it looked like it had a woman's touch, if you ask me. It had the
Yeah.
finesse of a woman. I think they'd gone down to the Abbey Creek's art and crafts store.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been it.
I think this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did
Yeah.
look really good. I thought it looked really good. In fact, if that prop's going begging, I wouldn't mind having it.
Yeah. Yeah. Put on all the places you've been.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I tell you, you'll run into Irene in Lagos or something. She's doing a lot of Africa. When you look at that
is.
map,
She's
she's doing all these weird places.
Irene does Africa, defo. I want to see that.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't make me do the Serengeti impression in Irene's voice on air.
I do want to see that. Drop the ep. Drop the ep when it comes out. Yes.
Thank you very much for your comments. Keep them coming in.
Thank you.
And make sure you're tweeting us at Coastal News Pod or hashtag Home and Away UK. Drop us an email for the third time. It's coastalnewspod@gmail.com. And you never know, you might just get your say on the bay.
Please take the time to like, subscribe, and review Coastal News wherever you source your podcasts and ensure you never miss an episode.